Call regular city council meeting Monday, March 25th, 2013 to order. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Alderman Putoff.
Here.
Mankiewicz.
Here.
Ferrari.
Here.
Waldorf.
Here.
Lukosius.
Here.
Perez.
Here.
Radke.
Here.
Mazak.
Here.
Mayor Harrell.
Here. Pledge of allegiance. Okay, at this time, Greg Vaccaro, you want to come up here and say a few words? I know your BB gun club is finished up for the year. Say a couple words about what went on Saturday. It was a nice event all winter and Saturday.
My name is Greg Vaccaro. I'm one of the directors of the Peru BB Gun Club. I wanted to come tonight with some of our top shooters and thank the city officials and Chief Burnaby for helping us get this club and organization going. We had our awards the other night. I'm going to introduce some of the kids to you in just a moment. And on Saturday, we did our first competition shoot against the city of Oglesby, which was pretty exciting. Oglesby has been doing their BB gun club for 60 years. And for 54 of those years, Rudy Gandolfi's been in charge. This is our first year of competition. Out of 1,800 possible points Saturday, the Oglesby kids shot an average score of 94, which they shot 1,700 points. Our Peru team, which did very well, shot an average score of 93, which was 1,679 points. So we lost by 19 points, which was phenomenal. The Oglesby team did have 4 sharpshooter expert girls who could really shoot well, so it was exciting to go onto their turf. They have the city trophy for 1 year. Next year we'll be competing in Peru, and hopefully LaSalle will join us for the same shoot. Again, we had a lot of sponsors this year. We had over 65 kids participate. We had 20 volunteers, and it's a great organization. Next year we will be starting in November. We will go through February, and that's going to be about 10 to 12 weeks of competition, which will be a normal season length. So we're looking forward to that. A couple of our kids who are going to be too old to shoot next year have already asked if they could volunteer and work as volunteers and mentors, so we're excited to have them. So with that, I'd like to introduce not only our top 10, but we have a couple other kids here tonight, and I want them to come up front, please. Cade Kaczynski. Cade's one of our younger shooters. Cade, if you would please come up front. Jackson Considine. Jackson here. Colton Sittler. Tyler Rasmunder. Melissa Darnick. Melissa is our top lady shooter of the year. She was the first one to reach expert the very first week. That was pretty exciting. Gavin Freeman. Gavin, you want to come up? Carson Kaminish. Cade Pisha. Cade's dad was also a volunteer as an officer in Peru. Where's he at? Rick was a big help, was volunteered most of the evenings. McGuire Kaspersky, who's our third best shooter. Our second best shooter, Hunter Kaczynski. And our number one shooter. Now, the number one male and number one female shooter is on a permanent plaque in the basement. Our number one shooter, Colin Hartman. Colin, come on up. Colin did something really extraordinary on Saturday. Shot a perfect 100 target. That's 10 out of 10 bullseyes. This is a sample of some of the kids that we had participate this year. This got them a chance not only for competition, but a chance to interact with our police department. Uh-oh, we have a latecomer. And your name? Colton's just coming up here. Colton, come on up front. So this gave us a chance for our first year. We are trying to teach gun safety, competition, say no to drugs, do good in school, and we're going to continue to grow the program the best we can. So again, I want to thank everybody here for your support. We're looking forward to a good year next year, and a special thank you to the kids who participated. Thank you.
Greg, you didn't give yourself enough accolades there. We have to. You came up with the idea, and
I forgot about Jeff Shepard too. Jeff Shepard is the partner with this event. He had a school board meeting tonight. He was unable to attend. Jeff and I mirrored this after Rudy Gandolfi's program, and there took a lot of volunteers. And Heidi was a very big special addition to us.
thank you, Greg, for your volunteer. And I know the kids had a great time.
Thank you.
Okay, we have any public comment cards filled out?
No, Your Honor.
We have a motion to receive the regular meeting minutes of March 11th and March 20th, 2013, and place on file.
So moved, Your Honor. Second, Your Honor.
Been a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Waldorf, to receive the regular meeting minutes of March 11th and March 20th, 2013, and place on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. We have a motion to receive the Treasurer's Report for February 2013, the City Clerk's Report for February 2013, General Fund and Miscellaneous Funds Report for February 2013, Sales, Home Rule, and Telecommunication Tax Receipts for December of 2012, and place on file.
So moved, Your Honor.
Second, Your Honor.
Been a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Lukosius, to receive the minutes and place on file. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Your Honor, I have one thing. If everybody looks at the general fund revenue and expense summary, you'll see that for the year to date, we have almost a $1.9 million surplus. We still have a few transfers to move, which should bring that surplus back to almost exactly the $1.2 million surplus that we projected this year. And I don't know if, Gary, you want to say a couple words about that, but.
Yeah, I think we should, because I think if everybody has the report in front of them, would you go to page 14, please? If you're at page 14, the top section are the transfers that we make to other funds. And the last line item that you have is a transfer to the Water and Sewer Fund for $1,019,000. That was the transfer we had made that particular month for the items that we have contracted to. In other words, the remainder of the North Infrastructure, plus the dewatering press for the wastewater treatment plant. This month, I think we're going to be transferring another $500,000 from the infrastructure funds over to the Water and Sewer Fund to take care of the remainder of the projects that we're going at, such as Areas 1. We will also be transferring the remainder of the CDAP funds that we had committed to, gosh, almost 8 months ago or 9 months ago. That was part of the North Infrastructure. So you're going to see us kind of spend down this surplus of 1.8, and by the time it's all over and done, I think you're going to be very close. If not, you'll exceed what we had budgeted of about 1.3 million. So don't get too concerned when you see this. We're just sitting there and getting ready for next year's projects, and have all that cash available where it belongs.
Is there any other comments? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Move on to committee reports. Council and Finance, Alderman Putoff, Alderman Radke.
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to present to the council disbursements for March 27th of the year 2013. The disbursement total is $1,802,400.36. I'll make a motion these be received, placed on file, the bills paid in the usual manner.
Second.
I have a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Radke, to receive the disbursements, placed on file, and the bills paid in the usual manner. Is there any discussion? We'll have a roll call vote. Clerk, call roll.
Alderman Putoff. Aye. Mankiewicz.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf. Aye. Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mazak.
Motion approved.
The other item, Your Honor, I believe the council has received the proposed budget for the year 2014. And if you have any additions, please have the budget director take a review of that. If you notice in the budgets, one of the things that Mr. Hyla talked about was a little bit of the money held over, and you see that there's almost $1 million or over $1.5 million budgeted this year for street maintenance programs, which would be, I think, a real positive step for our city. You see a lot of street program during the summertime. The other important point I think we have to look at is that the budget is a balanced budget without an increase in property taxes. So that does bode well. Any other things anybody wanted to add on the City Council as far as budget? Again, I encourage you to discuss with our budget director. The finalized budget will be made sometimes in April. I believe the 17th will be the time.
The only thing I would like to add is I think I sent an email out to all of you today. Alderman Mazak and Alderman Inkewicz did give me some revisions tonight. If you have anything that you would like to add or change or have some additional input on, please let me know by the 28th or no later than Friday the 29th, because then we have to start getting into the narrative section, the cash flow section, in the actual appropriation section. And that's going to take about another 10 days to compile and to get this thing ready for the 17th so we can get it approved, plus the amendments that we may have for this year's budget. It's going to be very close. So please get any changes in. And Bob, please accept my apologies tonight. I've got a head cold, a very bad one, and I was not understanding what you were trying to communicate to me. So again, please accept my apologies.
Not a problem.
We're going to have a budget hearing on the 17th, that's the day?
Yes, we will have the public hearing on the 17th prior to the council meeting, and we will approve the budget hopefully after that. Again, what may kind of change things up a little bit is, of course, we have the election, and I think Clerk Bartley has more information on that about the certification and what may happen.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all from the Accounts and Finance Committee.
Okay, move on to Public Works. Alderman Waldorf, Alderman Lukosius.
Yes, Your Honor. Tonight I have the electric financial report for February of 2013. And during this period, we showed revenues over expenditures by $425,675.40. And I'd like to make a motion that this report be received and placed on file.
Second, Your Honor.
Been a motion by Alderman Lukosius, second by Alderman Waldorf to receive the electric financial report for February 2013 and place on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Next, I have the electric department operations report for February of 2013. And during this period, there was $1,229,283.26 sold for the month, and purchase power avoided due to hydro generation was $154,404.43. I'd like to make a motion that we receive this report and place it on file.
Second, Your Honor.
Motion by Alderman Lukosius, second by Alderman Waldorf to receive the electric department operations report for February 2013, placed on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Your Honor, I just have a reminder that the street program is out for bids. We will have a bid opening on April 3rd, I believe here at City Hall, and I believe it's at 10 o'clock in the morning. So just want to give a little reminder there, and that's all I have. Thank you.
What was the date, Alderman Waldorf?
April 3rd.
Okay.
Mike?
Where are the specs? Here in Chamlin?
Okay, public health and safety, Alderman Ferrari, Alderman Perez.
Yes, Your Honor, I have the approved fire department report for pay period ending March 16th, 2013. The approved fire department responded to 10 fire calls for this pay period, along with 2 of 2 monthly trainings, making this pay period a total of 12. Total payroll for this pay period is $4,108.73. Total invoices sent out was 1 for a total of $781.68. I'd like to make a motion, we accept this report and place it on file.
Second, Your Honor.
Been a motion by Alderman Perez, second by Alderman Ferrari, to receive the approved fire department report for period ending March 16th, 2013, and place on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Chief, do you have anything for us this evening? That's all I have, Your Honor. You can go ahead and give the police if you like.
Okay, under police, we have the approved police department monthly report for February 2013. Pay attention, in the back was a thank you letter from a lady that lost her purse, and one of our fine officers was able to find it. I'll make a motion, we accept this report, place it on file.
Second that, Your Honor.
Been a motion by Alderman Ferrari, second by Alderman Perez, to receive the approved police department monthly report for February 2013 and place on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Chief Burnaby, anything else under police?
I'll give you an update on the minutes when I get that for next meeting.
Public property, Alderman Ankewich, Alderman Mazak.
Yes, Your Honor, we have the Pre-Recreation Fund cash account summary for the period ending February 28th of 2013. Total funds available for 2013 was $28,567.36. Respectfully submitted, David Barley, City Clerk. Make a motion that we receive the report, place it on file.
Second.
The motion by Alderman Ankewich, second by Alderman Mazak, to receive the approved Recreation Fund cash account summary for February 2013, placed on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
And I have the Peru Public Library cash account summary for the period ending February 28th, 2013. The total in all three accounts is $303,746.54. I'd like to make a motion that this report be received and placed on file.
Second, Your Honor.
Been a motion by Alderman Mazak, second by Alderman Ankewich, to receive the approved Public Library cash account summary for February 2013 and place on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Also, Your Honor, it was brought up at the meeting and voted on to approve the airport facility use agreement for the 2013 concerts. There'll be a proclamation or an ordinance read a little bit later by City Clerk. And there was some discussion on demolition for the budget, and Mr. Heil already has that, and I believe it's been agreed upon by the mayor and the budgetary officer. That's all I have. Sherry, you have anything else? That's all we have, Your Honor.
Okay, report to city attorneys.
Mr. Harder, there are a number of hearings before the Zoning Board of Appeals and Plan Commission. The first is a petition of World Finance. That's property of 5301 State Street, State Route 251, Suite C. That's the same outbuilding from the Peru Marketplace as Aspen Dental and Sprint. They're just asking to allow two attached signs. So there'd also be one on the east side facing the parking lot towards Walmart. Zoning Board of Appeals unanimously favorably recommended it.
Do we have a motion to receive the minutes of the Zoning Board of Appeals for sign variance?
And concur with the recommendation, Your Honor.
Second.
Been a motion by Alderman Ferrari, second by Alderman Radke, to receive the minutes and concur with the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Board. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Your appropriate ordinance, be it ordained that subject real estate, two attached signs are allowed with a total square footage of 62.5 square feet.
Do you have a motion to accept the ordinance as written and read?
So moved, Your Honor.
Been a motion by Alderman Ferrari, second by Alderman Radke, to accept the ordinance as written and read. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote. Clerk call roll.
Alderman Putoff. Aye. Ankewich.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Wakoshius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mazak.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Next, there was a joint hearing before the Plan Commission and Zoning Board of Appeals concerning the petition of Daniel and Rosemary Carrico requesting execution of a pre-annexation agreement, variances, waivers, and approval of the final plat of the Carrico subdivision. This is property that is outside and not presently contiguous to the city, but it was within the mile-and-a-half extraterritorial jurisdiction which the county allows a municipality to zone within LaSalle County. And John Duncan, attorney for the petitioner, stated that he spoke with Mike Harstead, the county zoning officer, and was advised by Mr. Harstead that he even suggested that they apply to the city for zoning. It's a 2.02 acre parcel of real estate that they desire to divide into two lots. The lot on the north, lot 1, would be about 1.3 acres, and that contains an existing single-family residence, which Mr. and Mrs. Carrico desired to convey to their daughter and son-in-law. The lot to the south, about 3/4 of an acre, has an agricultural shed upon the property upon which Mr. Carrico stores his farm equipment. The petition was unanimously favorably recommended by both the Plan Commission and Zoning Board of Appeals.
Do I have a motion to receive the minutes of the Zoning Board of Appeals and Planning Commission on the pre-annexation of Daniel and Rosemary Carrico and place on file?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second, Your Honor.
Been a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Lukosius, to receive the minutes, place on file, and concur with the recommendation. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
We have ordinance authorizing execution of a pre-annexation agreement, be it ordained the mayor and city clerk in each of them for and behalf of the city, hereby authorizing and direct to execute pre-annexation agreement with the Carricos and to execute any other documents, perform any acts necessary to fulfill the terms of that pre-annexation agreement, which just provides that the owners agree to annex the property to the city within 30 days after it would become contiguous to the city. It's zoned R1, which is our highest residential zoning classification. They request approval of the final plat and waiver of subdivision. The property's already improved for their uses, so they're asking waivers of subdivision improvement drawings, because there won't be any bond for that, and no sidewalks. And they're also requesting a variance to allow the accessory use structure on Lot 2 to remain as an accessory structure without being attached or in association with a principal residence. In the agreement, the owners agree the city shall have no obligation to extend water and/or sewer to the Carrico property. And if water and sewer ever is extended out there, though, the owners agree to attach on to that sewer and water.
Okay, do we have a motion to receive the pre-annexation agreement as written and read?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second, Your Honor.
Okay, it's the ordinance.
That authorizes it.
Ordinance in the pre-annexation agreement. The ordinance authorizes the pre-annexation. Is there any discussion? We have a motion by Alderman Putoff and a second by Alderman Lukosius. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote. Clerk, call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Mankiewicz.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mazak.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Next ordinance just authorizes those variances, be it ordained that the detached accessory structure is allowed to be 1,500 square feet instead of a maximum of 990 square feet as provided under the zoning ordinance. And the existing accessory structure contained on Lot 2 is allowed to remain without a principal structure as a variance section 4.03B of the zoning ordinance.
Your Honor, I'll make a motion that the ordinance be adopted as written and read.
I'll second that, Your Honor.
Have a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Lukosius to adopt the ordinance as written and read. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote. Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Kowitz.
Aye.
Ferrari. Waldorf. Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke. Mazak.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Next ordinance, be it ordained that the property is zoned R1, single-family detached dwelling district under the City of Peru zoning ordinance.
Do you have a motion to accept this ordinance as written and read?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second, Your Honor.
Have a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Lukosius to accept the ordinance as written and read. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote. Clerk call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Kowitz.
Aye.
Ferrari. Waldorf. Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke. Mazak.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Next, the ordinance granting the waivers of the subdivision ordinance such that subdivision improvement drawings, plan review fees, infrastructure construction fees, sidewalk, and subdivision improvement security and the necessity of a preliminary plat are waived.
I'd like to make a motion for the ordinance.
Do we have a motion by Alderman Putoff? Do I have a second?
Second that, Your Honor.
I have a second by Alderman Lukosius to accept the ordinance as written and read. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote. Clerk call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Kowitz.
Aye.
Ferrari. Waldorf. Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mazak.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Next, you have an ordinance approving and accepting the final plat as made by Michael Riquetta, Illinois Professional Land Surveyor, under and by direction of the owners, and that just divides the property into Lot 1 containing 1.264 acres, and it's on that lot that contains a single-family residence, and Lot 2 that contains .756 acres.
Do we have a motion to approve the ordinance as written and read?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second, Your Honor.
Motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Lukosius to approve the ordinance as written and read. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote. Clerk call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Kowitz.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mazak.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Next, you have another joint hearing before the Plan Commission and Zoning Board of Appeals concerning the petition of Steve and Kelly Recraft for property located at 1105 4th Street and 824 Monks Avenue. They own both properties. In fact, they own the other properties surrounding these properties. And they just desire to extend the backyard of the 4th Street property into the Monks Avenue property and construct a accessory structure to the 4th Street property. There would be a 43 feet by 26 feet garage to be used solely for residential purposes. He used to be in the construction business, and he's no longer. He works up in the city, I understand, but he wants to store the existing vehicles he has in that garage. The property on 4th Street used to be a two-family. It was converted to a one-family, and Mr. and Mrs. Recraft live in that property. Again, the petition for the subdivision of lots of record and the requested variances were unanimously approved by the Plan Commission and Zoning Board of Appeals, respectively.
Do we have a motion to receive the minutes, place on file, and concur with the recommendation of the Zoning and Planning Commission for the Steve and Kelly Recraft petition?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second.
Have a motion by Alderman Ferrari, second by Alderman Radke to accept the minutes and place on file and concur with the recommendation. Is there any discussion? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Okay, then you have an ordinance allowing the division of the lots of record. What it does is extend the backyard of the 4th Street property 28 feet into the backyard of the Monks Avenue property, and it's within that 28 feet that they'll be constructing that new garage. There's also a garage on the Monks Avenue property that's accessed directly from Monks Avenue. This garage, as their house is, would be accessed from 4th Street. So be it ordained, the approval of the re-subdivision pursuant to plat of survey by Andrew Wazaleski, Illinois Professional Land Surveyor, is approved. The variance is increasing the maximum area of detached accessory structure, increase from 990 square feet to 1,118 square feet. Distance from the north rear yard is reduced from 5 feet to 2 feet, and the east yard from 5 feet to 2 feet. But there will be 10.3 feet between the garage on the Monks Avenue property and the new garage on the 4th Street property.
Do we have a motion to approve the ordinance as written and read?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Ferrari, second by Alderman Radke to approve the ordinance as written and read. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote. Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Mankiewicz.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Prokosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mazak.
Aye.
Motion approved.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
The next is an ordinance authorizing execution of the agreement between the City of Peru and Mary Noonan Concerts for a Cause. This is a concert, should I say this is an ordinance authorizing the mayor to sign the agreement, and the ordinance and the agreement were prepared by Attorney Herb Klein. Are there any questions?
I'll make a motion that we approve the ordinance authorizing the execution as written and read.
Second.
Have a motion by Alderman Mankiewicz, second by Alderman Mazak to approve the ordinance as written and read. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor, I just wanted to point out that it's a positive step. It certainly ensures the financial obligations of the city will be met and pretty much aligns all of the use agreements with that.
Any other discussion? Okay, we'll have a roll call vote. Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Mankiewicz.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Prokosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mazak.
Aye.
Motion approved. Anything further? Do you have anything else? Okay, unfinished business. Do you have any unfinished business? No one? Do we have any new business?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to bring up a little something. Over the last couple of years, I had brought up to the council and to the mayor asking if we could have roundtable meetings and where we can get together and discuss the future of the city of Peru, and whether it be the budget or strategic planning. And last month I asked again, and I thought maybe we would get somewhere, being that the mayor mentioned that he would get some dates put together. Well, last week, I guess it was decided that we don't need to do that. And there are a lot of things that I would like to discuss. You know, every week we come to the council and there are some debates on the floor that, you know, they're really unnecessary debates. And I think that a roundtable is the place where a lot of things should be discussed along there in committee meetings. So being that there aren't going to be any of those committee meeting or roundtable meetings, and not all of us can always make our committee meetings, and different times of the day and different days during the week when we're at work, I kind of think it's a raw deal that we can't all get together and discuss certain things and try to hash things out other than on the council floor. So there are a lot of questions that I have and a lot of things that we need to discuss, and really it brings me to have to continue bringing them up on the floor, which I don't think it's always necessary, but it's pretty much the only way we're going to get things discussed and talked about. So under new business, I have a couple of questions, and one of them is in regards to the electrical rates. I'm curious if there are adjustments that we can make. You know, we have Unitite and a couple other industrial users that are in the second ward, and there's talks of us losing them. And I'm kind of wondering if there's anything that we can do. What discussions have been brought to the to meetings with them, discussions. I haven't been filled in on any recently to see what we're doing. There was articles in the paper, and the last I heard was the Unitite's planning on leaving. And I want to know where we're at with that. When was the last time that we had a discussion with Mays Nail? I know that there's been talks that we've been meeting with certain industrial users over the past year and a half, but I'm curious and concerned whether we've been meeting with all of them.
I can speak for that. I think, Your Honor, being on the electric committee, we have been meeting with these companies for the last year and a half. The only time that we have not met with the companies is when we weren't invited to the meeting, such as the last meeting at Unitite.
Okay. What about Mays Nail? When was the last time we met with them?
We've had ongoing discussions with Mays Nail. I can't tell you exactly the last time, but it was probably within the last 2 months we've met with them.
From what I'm told, and someone had reached out to me and said that we haven't met with them since last June.
Well, that's totally incorrect.
Okay. Are they?
We have never refused a meeting with any of the customers.
I'm
Never.
not quite sure how it's really working with the rates. Now, I know we have a large user rate, and I know that we have the economic development rate. Are all industrial users underneath that economic development rate that meet a certain kilowatt? I mean, I know that we have Mays Nail and we have Unitite that are underneath that user rate, but are all industrial users are going to, say, new business coming into the city of Peru, how will they be placed in a category?
Right now, the industrial development customers or users have to meet 500 kW. Okay, they have to be on 35 kV. Okay, and then that puts them in the position to be able to be on the industrial development rate.
Which is a demand rate.
Correct, which now is a demand rate.
Now, doesn't Mays Nail, don't they fall under more of the large user rates than the economic development rate?
No, Mays Nail, they are hooked up on 35 kV, and they used to reach around 1,200 kW. Now, on an average, are around 800 to 900.
Would it be possible if we could, I know that your committee meets with them, but could we as a council maybe call a meeting with our industrial users to see, I know we hear bits and pieces through the media, we hear bits and pieces maybe here, but I think we need to sit down with our industrial users and see what we can do, if there are any changes that can be made, to work together with them. Because the last thing we need to do is lose any businesses in the city of Peru.
I think everyone would agree that we don't want to lose any industrial users, but I also think it's important to have one point of contact. We don't need to have 12 people in the room meeting with them. I'm perfectly comfortable to let the electric committee and the mayor continue to have those, and the electric supervisor continue to have those negotiations.
Once again, we've never refused a meeting with them. They held this meeting last Thursday or Friday, whatever day it was, and no one from the city was contacted on this. No one. I don't know why they had it, but they did. I don't know what the outcome was, but that's what they chose to do. We're always here to talk to them. We've never refused anything. We've changed our ordinance 2 times. Everyone's voted on it in this room, and it's been voted unanimous. 2 times it's been changed. We've done everything they've asked for. We don't know what they're asking for right now, but apparently they're doing it in a manner that they choose to do it. And they're not including the city in it. I do not know why.
Okay. I would like to be a little bit more involved in that. If there are meetings, is there a way to reach out to the other aldermen to let us know if we're called to a meeting, whether it be Unitite or Mays Nail, American Nickeloid? I understand that there's we're working with them too, but are we working with them as a whole? I mean, are they underneath the same rate as Mays Nail? Because there's conflicting reports out there, and I think we just need to get the full report of what's actually happening, because there are conflicting reports.
We've never received a full report.
Okay. So if I could do that, I'd like to be a little bit more involved in that, if I could. So if maybe you could reach out.
Everything that's ever taken place, the council is well aware of it.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. We've talked about it in closed section under Section 4 of the closed section.
Well, it seems like there's recent stuff going on that I haven't
Once
seen.
again, they never came to the city of Peru. They never came.
All right. I'll move on then. Goals for downtown for the city of Peru, the development group that we have. Are we planning when we go into the next year's budget to discuss maybe revamping that development group to focus more on the city of downtown Peru? Are we looking into doing anything like that?
We haven't looked We haven't looked at anything at this time.
Because I think it's important that we do that. maybe if we have to restructure it, I don't know if it costs anything to do that, but I think there's a lot more that we could be focusing on downtown Peru. And I think those are some discussions that we need to have going forward, because it doesn't seem like we're doing anything down there or down here, and it'd be nice to enhance it a little bit more. So.
Several years ago, the city invested about $4 million into the downtown area, and as you see, there's quite a bit of change over the past decades with downtown Peru. I think one of the hardest things you find is that business tends to gravitate, not only in Peru but in everywhere. They gravitate from the downtown area to the upper area or the outlet areas, and certainly that's a tough niche to get involved with. And I think in the past the downtown committee has worked very hard to make every small business at least try to be as vibrant as possible. And I don't know if you have any specific ideas, but certainly there is a committee in place that has looked at signage, has looked at other things, and if there's a recruitment area or things of that nature, I think we all welcome that.
Thank you. Now, what about the, I haven't heard anything on it, but I know that there are certain colors that there are, certain businesses can only use, like the maroon or the purple. Is that something that is still within a guideline that they have? If a new business comes in down here, they have to meet specific colors to their outside of the businesses? Is that something that we're still doing?
That's what's in the guidelines, but there has been approvals for other colors than what's in the book, which is greens, browns, not white. But as you look downtown, there's quite a bit of white, the earth tones.
And there have been businesses that have asked for a variety of their local identity. If you see one of the auto dealerships, they have a vintage sign there. I think it looks very nice, and I don't think the city's ever made any specific obligations if somebody's looking for downtown enhancement that they would turn that away.
What about the old bank? Are we doing anything with that, or do we know if anything's moving into that building? Or
the owner is from San Francisco, and he has no prospects at this time.
Okay. I have nothing further at this time. Thank you.
Anybody else for new business? Any proclamations to read?
No, Your Honor.
Petitions, communications? Okay, we have a letter from Ron Kelsey dated March 12th, 2013. City of Peru Recreation Board. It's kind of hard to read because I don't know if it came through the fax. There's a big line through it. Dear Peru Recreation Board, please accept this letter as formal notification that I am leaving my position as Recreation Board member for the City of Peru effective immediately. It was an honor and privilege working with each and every one of you over the past 12 years, but due to health concerns, I need to step down from my position. Thank you for the opportunities you have provided me during my time on the board. If I can be of any assistance during this transition, please let me know. Sincerely, Ron A. Kelsey. I'd like to thank Ron. He did a very good job on the Recreation Board for 12 years. He's a very dedicated Recreation Board member, and we'll send him on a letter of gratitude for that. And as we've done in the past, we'll accept letters of interest for the Recreation Board for 2 weeks, which will be April 8th. We'll close the letters of interest on April 8th, and then interview those who send in letters of interest and make an appointment on the 22nd of April. So once again, Mr. Kelsey has turned in a letter of resignation, and I thank him very much for all he's done. He did a very good job volunteering his time for 12 years.
Your Honor.
Alderman Radke.
Motion that we accept that letter with regret.
Second, Your Honor.
Have a motion from Alderman Radke, second by Alderman Putoff, that we accept the letter from Mr. Ron Kelsey and his letter of resignation from the Peru Recreation Board with regret. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, I'd just like to, again, my sentiments is Ron's been an outstanding member of the Recreation. He's been very dedicated and certainly has the best interests of Peru in mind when he was serving. And I believe he may have taken his dad's position at one time, and his dad had served for many years also. So certainly we appreciate all that the Kelseys have done. and their dedication to the city.
Any other comments?
I'd like to express our condolences to Mr. Jeff Dankert's mother. She had passed, and that's why he's not with us. So our condolences to Jeff and his family.
Okay, I'll finish with this letter. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. And then I was unaware of Jeff Dankert's mother passing. So we send our condolences. Anything else under petitions, communications?
Yes, Your Honor, I have a petition for the division of part of the real estate in Brewster's Addition. It's from Ron and Carol Harris Sr. Needs to be referred to the Zoning Board of Appeals, Planning Commission.
I'll make a motion that we do so.
Planning Commission.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Alderman Waldorf,
Second.
second by Alderman Mazak, to receive the letter from Ron and Carol Harris, place on file and refer to the Planning Commission for review and recommendation. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Any further?
No further communications, Your Honor.
Okay. Public comment. Do we have any public comment? No public comment? I know of no reason for closed session. Is there anything that I don't know about? Okay, do we have a motion for adjournment? Second. It's been a motion by Alderman Radke, second by Alderman Ankiewicz for adjournment. All in favor signify by aye. All opposed, motion carried.